Hello, Froggy here, and today we'll be taking a look at the Crota's End raid. I'll be doing my usual seeing how far I can get from the beginning to the end and end to the beginning without doing any of the raid mechanics. Spoilers, I wasn't able to get too far from the beginning, but there are some very good reasons for that. If my voice sounds a little bit different, that is because I have lost part of it from the 2-day contest mode experience. Had a good time, but lots of talking. Anyways, at the beginning you would need 2 people to open this normally, but we're just going to skip all of that. I spent a good deal of time trying to just jump into the middle where the walkway was. Wasn't really able to get too far that way. Though I did get a corpse landing on a semi-solid sort of structure, so it's probably close to that. I did manage to get it underneath using a hole in the side here. It's in a turnback, which is a little bit annoying, because that means you have to go fast, and fast is not my strong suit. However, if you drop down here and use eager edge and a grapple to get back up, it's not too bad. I did that pretty slow and still managed to make it. And now we'll just make our way downwards. Plenty of holes inside of the hole, so that's no problem. There's a death barrier, so we gotta fly to the back here and a little bit forwards. Could actually just drop all the way from here, but I'm a little curious if I can fly back up into the pit. I haven't actually tried that yet, so I guess we'll do that live. Turnbacks in that direction. It looks like there's nothing stopping us here. If I had gotten enough ammo, we could have just flown upwards here, but I'm just going to use Navigator. I'm hoping we'll be able to hit a trigger point here to somewhat enable the lower areas. But in the meantime, I guess we can stop by some of these red chest indicator statues. Huh. Well, that's definitely a way to confuse things. I doubt it impacts the red chest, but won't be finding out this time. Anyways, let's see if we can get close to the top. Hoping if we get close enough we'll... Oh, nope, never mind. Death barriers. Anyways, let's just drop down. I know if we drop down from the side, you can go straight down without any problem, so could probably do the same thing from the middle. It's kind of a long drop. Nope, I guess the middle has a death barrier, but given that we hit the stills, it shouldn't matter. There is a sneaky teleport that happens there. Unfortunately, there's turnbacks anywhere you go from this beginning spot, so it's kind of the end of the line here. That's why I was trying to look for a trigger area up top. I know it turns off exactly when you're about to drop from the entrance area. Anyways, let's skip ahead to Crota. I had a fair bit more luck going back from this area. Although sadly wasn't able to reach the first encounter area, although, funnily enough, you can see it. You don't even really have to be out of map for that. I think that's the walkway right there. Unfortunately, each zone transition in this is accompanied by some sort of teleport, so I don't see how we'll be IRBing here. I'll be messing around with that a bit later. So I'll be sure to make a follow-up video. Would like to get out to that Oversoul. Anyways, we can just zip around the side. And we are out of map. Easy peasy. Kind of see a lot of cold objects in the arena there. And we're pretty much immediately back at the bridges encounter. See the statues running along the exit of it here. I'm not sure if there's a good way to climb above from here. I generally just sword fly underneath. There's some holes around here that you can do that from. I'm sure there are similar ways to get out of map on the other side of the arena, though when I did the symmetrical one to the one I showed you, I didn't have as much luck. But I only really tried that one once. I'm sure there are plenty more. Given that this one took me all of, like, maybe a minute to find? Here we go. If you fly to the left, you generally end up hitting some kill barriers. And I'm underneath the exit hallway now. For those of you wondering if we can just get the bonus chest, you'll see in a moment that sadly it isn't possible. Although, I'm not sure what happens if you do this when that encounter is running, because if it triggers just by being past the door before it closes, then we've kind of met that criteria here. You can see there is no chest at the moment. So, Elite, Eater of Crayons, shared a couple of holes with me in the bridge area. I think they're carryovers from D1, but I'm not terribly sure since I have not actually played D1. That was my first time seeing the Crota room without its spooky red glow from the Nightmare Realm. But anyways, if you jump up above this doorway, there's a hole to get back in the map at bridges. It's a little bit tricky because it's right at map ceiling, but it's not too bad. Sometimes a melee can help you get out. And we're on the far side of the bridge. I have lots of fond memories of this area during my day one experience. If you could well skate, you could get through that into the other side and either avoid the death or set a spawn and respawn there. But we can also just go above. You could use Navigator to fly up there, but you can also just sword fly from the top of where we came in. Not directly, you will need a grapple to gain some height. Thanks to Avi for putting that after me. And here we go. We're just using Navigator to save me some grapple cooldown time. The map ceiling goes up as you get to the middle here. If you just try to sword fly direct, you will still get that debuff and die. But with one grapple height, we are in the clear. You can see how the map ceiling is pushing me down as I get closer to the other side. And we've made it. I think around here is where you get teleported in after you clear first encounter. Elite also showed me a hole over here, which was definitely an old one. A little bit easier to get there with a grapple, but pretty sure it's not necessary. Right in this back corner. You can already kind of see the scene. Out of map on this side is not very different than the other side, given that they are pretty similar to each other. Once again, you can fly underneath, kind of weird terrain stuff, and if you look down, there are these weird pillar things. I don't know what that's about, but they do exist, so that's a thing. Anyways, before I head out, it turns out that there is a much easier way. Or at least faster. It turns out the fallback point from Crota boss CP is the beginning of bridges.
Alright, okay.
I was half asleep during this and forgot to change my audio setup back.
Yep.
But with the awkward crystal in the middle, it takes 2 people doing this to block everything off. But it gets you right back here.
Aha!
Bridge.
Bridge.
Anyways, happy exploring.